Nutrition is important for every exploration mission, including space exploration, and I just was too stubborn to admit that there was no community about that. Also, I really do believe in providing food security in difficult to reach areas. As I had described in my mission statement, we aim to decrease the nutrition-related health risks of human spaceflight. We want to increase the quality of life during a spaceflight mission. We want to develop efficient recovery strategies. And lastly, we want to find ways to apply space technology and the gained knowledge to the population on Earth. The space exposome is an unknown and unfriendly entity, and we're not designed to survive there. Radiation from cosmic rays beyond the Earth's atmosphere can severely damage our microbiome and our gastrointestinal epithelial cells, and lack of gravity can affect gastrointestinal emptying, leading to inefficient absorption. Also, most of the food we are familiar with is not appropriate for spaceflight. The main challenge is the lack of familiar foods. Food preparation needs to guarantee that food won't spoil for a ridiculously long amount of time. That means fruits and veggies are mostly out of the menu. Also, there are no refrigerators, and the food needs to be easily stored, prepared, and consumed in zero gravity, and cover the needs of astronauts. So it's basically all a tricky puzzle. For longer space exploration missions, we're gonna need a food production system, as there will be no resupply, that will somehow cover the needs and also be small enough to fit in a spacecraft. There have been very interesting studies about gene expression in space, so it's not unlikely to see molecular nutrition gaining more popularity the next years. Regarding functional foods, they surely will be of great help, but they can't really compensate for poor overall nutrition. Gravity is important because it sends our muscles and our bones signals to basically stay strong. Astronauts are struggling a lot to maintain bone and muscle mass because they're not receiving those signals. And there is some evidence that vitamin K might actually help them. Another problem that might be solved by nutrition is the vitamin D deficiency they might develop because of lack of natural sunlight. And a third problem that might be tackled could be increased oxidation because of the radiation they are receiving. So that would require the study of antioxidant compounds. The weight gaining mechanisms don't work differently in space, but you would probably have less appetite. All the blood is flowing to your head while you're floating in space due to weightlessness. And all this is making you feel very nauseous and kind of sick. You won't be able to perceive taste very well. Also, your physician has probably asked you to do a lot of exercise to compensate for not having to carry your weight around like you would have on Earth. That would mean you would have a lot of energy expenses. Also, to my knowledge, there are no fast food companies that are delivering food in space. I would like to provide resources to everyone interested, as there is no structured education on space nutrition, and I would also like to promote among scientists reaching a consensus so we can actually get reliable and comparable data. The inclusion of space agriculture would also be very interesting and useful, and I'm really looking forward to get the chance to find ways to apply the space technology to provide food in hard-to-reach areas on Earth.